Hey, welcome to Bartlett Lake. We're out here just messing around and trying to show you a new rig I got. I have a J rig. I advertised it last week and the week before at Apache Lake, and it was working real well. So we had a couple hours to spare. Now we're out here in extreme conditions. You know, it's cloudy, it's cold this morning. Right now it's dead calm, and the lake's falling about 6 inches a day. So we're out here and we're going to try to catch some fish on this J rig, and we've been dragging in. And I just started fishing this thing and got bit. And I'm looking for schools of fish is what I'm doing out here in 20, 25, 30 feet of water, you know. And so we're just going to drag around here, and the camera's pointing in the right direction. So if you can see, all I'm doing is fishing these little dirt humps all the way down the shoreline. So you can see what this looks like. Oh my God, I got a fish. I just threw that down there just to talk. He's coming up. He's coming up slow. I got him deep, 24, 25 feet. So there we go. These are nice bass. I mean, they're nice, pound and a half, some of them are pound and 3/4, and some are little. But I'll just get this back in the water here and show you what this J rig is. I know a lot of you know, the guys that fish professionally, and know what it is and stuff, but it's been working real good for me. As soon as it started cooling down and getting, you know, I'm gonna just let him go down. Started getting cold. You know, we've been having these 37-degree mornings, 40-degree mornings and stuff. So I'm gonna show you what I'd use, and some people might have a better solution, but so I've got just a number one hook or a 1/0. I've got a purple robo worm. I've got just a hook tied to a little O-ring, all right? And then I have my 3/16 ounce drop shot weight. So it's very simple. Now you can buy these already made up, but they're like 2 for $5.65 or something like that, $5.69, and the drop shot is a little bit better, little different weight, but this works just as good if you just make your own. So I've been just using these little robo worms, these Morning Dawn, and right now I got like on a purple M&M. So I've caught a couple on this, so that probably was a luck out, you know. But I'm just gonna, I've been just going around in circles, looking for schools of fish and fish on the bottom, and that's how I started catching them. So, but I can't catch them on unless it's a point. So a good way for you guys to catch fish is just fish the points. You know, if you're not catching fish, you know, on the flats or, you know, on straightaways or on the rock or something, you can always have better luck on the points. So that's what we're going to do. So let's just kind of tool around here a minute. And sometimes these fish are in 15, 16 feet of water, but I've been finding a lot of fish have gone deeper down to the thermocline area, down a little bit deeper. So that's what I'm doing. So we're going to get back out to the depth that, you know, right off of this little sandy point here, rocky point, and just drag this. It's kind of like a Carolina rig, kind of like a Texas rig, but I'll show you. I kind of got like a little jiggle that I use with this thing. And then I'm going to show you this new rod that I'm using from the Bass Pro Shop. Christmas is coming up, so I'm going to get out a little bit deeper where the fish are. And I'm just going to bump the bottom, okay. I'm at 20 feet, so I'm starting to see a few little beeps on the bottom. So we're just going to turn this way for me. There we go. Now I'm seeing some. So I'm just going to drag this around. When I see fish, I just slow down and I let that in. Now, I don't know if David, you could just see how I shake this thing. I'm just giving a little bit of shaking because I saw in the pool how this thing, you know, worked like this. And then I stop, okay? And then I just kind of bump along, let it bump through. There's a bite right there. Ooh, boy, he's bending this thing over. 21 feet. I hate to reel them in real fast because they get the bends. So I like to just let them come up, and if they do come up, come on, guy. Let him take his time. We're just gonna release these anyway. Pretty, the water's like 3-4 feet clarity. See him fighting down there. They're pretty sluggish, so you don't get a lot of jumps out of these babies. So once you get them coming in, just lift them right up like this. Whoops, there's my worm. So nice little fat fish, you know. You usually catch them right on the top of the mouth on these fish. So, you know, not too bad. So I've caught some little ones, real little ones, so I'm sure that I'll get some more. So I'm just gonna let this guy go. Whoops. And I'm just gonna hook up this, I mean, this is just like a Texas rig. And this weight kind of slides up and down. I was using a bobber stopper last week at Apache. You know, all you gotta do is just bite off that tip of that worm, and instead of just keep using them, and just thread that on. Get it nice and straight. Always have that worm on your Texas rig, drop shot, or whatever, just nice and straight. So I suppose I drifted in a little bit. No, I'm still on 21 feet. So I'm just gonna pitch it out there just a little ways. So I'm gonna talk about this rod just a minute. This is one of Bass Pro Shop's new rods they got in. You know, it's a Johnny Morris, naturally, and it's a titanium carbon light. So it's carbon light coil. Inside there's the coil, and it's called the Titanium 8 now. Now I put a Johnny Morris reel on there, one of my other ones, and it's only 5.8, 5.9 of an ounce. So they're very light. This thing is real light, but you can just feel that thing just bumping the bottom over the rocks, you know. These things sell for $129 or $119, and these reels are $129, but they put them on sale all the time. So you know, through Christmas, and the Spring Classic will be coming up in January, February and stuff down there. So it'll be, so once I get out to the desired depth, okay, I gotta let that go down. So I usually let out a little bit more line because I'm only using a 3/16 ounce weight. And last week I had a guy with me, and he was using a 3/8, and it was heavy, and we were only fishing in 18 to 32 feet of water. And mind you, I was using 3/16. He wasn't catching any fish, and he was using the same technique, the same worm, and he goes, what in the world, you know, and I was on the back of the boat. It was his boat, so I was on the back of the boat, and he kept saying, you know, why in the world am I not catching fish and you're catching all the fish? You know, I said, well, you know, what size weight do you have? Do you have the same setup I have? So he pulls it in, he's got this big old drop shot weight, you know, and I said, well, I'm only using 3/16. Maybe you're getting bit and they're spitting it out. They feel that weight right away in the wintertime. You know, these fish are not aggressive. It's wintertime, they're very sluggish, you know, and they just move real slow. They don't jump a lot. So you'll see as we catch a few more. And so what I'm doing is just bumping that, just twitching that a little bit on the bottom. And in the swimming pool, that looked really, really good with a worm, you know. And I'll try a crawdad too. I've got a crawdad that I used at Apache, and it was working for me, you know. And it's a funny story because I put that on YouTube last week when I was there, or a week and a half ago when I was there, and the high school team was there, and one of the boys saw it on YouTube, and he used it, and he did real well with it. He, you know, the other boy says, hey, where'd you learn that at? And he goes, oh, it was on Facebook, you know, on YouTube. Some guy named Gary was using it, you know. And another little boy says, hey, I know him. One of the high school kids, I know him. He posts stuff all the time. You know, Fishing with Gary, he's got a lot of videos out. And he says, I like watching the videos. And so the little guy, you know, high school student, I didn't catch his name, but he was real happy. He caught I think he got third place or something like that, second or third. So that was pretty neat that, you know, I could teach somebody some of that stuff. So I'm just gonna go around off this point and just drag it. So a lot of times what I'll do, once I get out to the desired depth, now I'm in 26 feet right now and I'm not seeing nothing. I've been seeing a lot of fish in 24, 25. So I'm gonna just pitch it up to 23 and I'm just gonna work it back, you know. Now I haven't tried a Yamamoto jig on this setup yet. I've only used crawdads, little Yamamoto craws, and here's one sitting right here, just like this. And that's what I was catching the smallies on and some of the fish at Apache last weekend. So I'm gonna put that on here in a minute, but I just wanted to use a worm because the worm looks so good in the swimming pool. And when you sit there and you just barely jiggle it like this, you know, it's kind of like a drop shot, you know, working up and down like this. So that first fish I caught, it was the same way. It was just jiggling it in front of his face. So I seem to have lost, you know, some of the fish that I was seeing. So I'm just gonna cast up shallow. I could tell you that in the wintertime, I mean, it can be lousy weather out there. You know, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning now, and it's nice. It's nice out here. There's no breeze. It's cloudy, and the fish are either going to be very shallow or deep. You know, I'm just catching. I did catch a few this morning shallow, but they were smaller fish. You know, like 8 inches, 10 inches. You know, and I did catch some a little bit earlier deep also, and they were small. So you don't know what size they're going to be. They can't all be big. So what I'm going to do is I got to stay facing the sun with the camera. So I'm just going to kind of back up a little bit. But if I can't find the fish, then what I do is I just start the motor up and I go to that one. If I don't catch any there, I go to that one. If I don't catch any there, I'm going to go to the next one. So you'll be seeing the same territory as we move down. You'll be seeing me, you know, just fishing this area. Now they do like that rock up there, I can tell you that steep stuff. And I like fishing this steep stuff when you get to the points. But I thought I'd just try it on the flats just to try it out, just to see how, you know, things were going. All right, so we're back trolling right now because I went all the way and it dropped off and there wasn't anything there. So I'm gonna just go back over. And there's 2 little points here, so I'm just going to back up a little bit and just keep letting line out. It's kind of like a Carolina rig too. I mean, this thing is kind of weird to fish. You can fish it all different ways. So let me get out a little deeper right where I can find some fish and have a chance to catch one. I'm just like long lining the J rig. And I don't know who invented this thing, but it does work. So we're just gonna, all right, I'm back up to 23, 24 feet. So I'm just gonna kind of go along and kind of let the boat drift until I see some, then I'm gonna stop. Okay, let me slow us down. All right, let's get the shake going. There he is. There he is. I just started shaking it. I was bumping the bottom though. I could feel all them tiny little rocks. Now, these are coming out of 25 feet of water, so this doesn't feel like it's a big one. He's starting to come up. Yeah, he's coming right in. Just reel them in real slow, and then they'll go back down as soon as you release them. Oh, he's a baby. I told you catch some little ones too. But hey, when you come out on a winter day and you can catch a fish, you know, there's a lot of guys that just don't catch any at all, you know. It's just a little guy. He was born this year. Oh, he's been caught before right there. Look at his jaw's busted. So that wasn't for me. So we'll just let this little guy go back down. And a lot of times I watch my fish, you know, if I reel them up and we're filming or something and I keep them out too long. If I do get one that floats, I'll go back, pick it up, and then I'll fizz it down the mouth. So if that happens, I'll show you guys how I do that. So I'm just gonna, well, I ventured back out in 30 feet of water, so I'm gonna throw it way up there. Oh, there's a few fish out here in 30 feet, so you know what, I'll just hit the reverse on this and go backwards that way, see if I can catch one. Yeah, there's a few on the bottom. You guys that use structure scan, well, I tell you, in the wintertime, that's really valuable to have the structure down scan on and your graph, you know. Right now, I just have my graph on, and I've gotten so used to just seeing that fish laying right on the bottom, because they'll lay right on the bottom. And with the structure scan, you actually can see the fish above the bottom, so it's pretty neat. Okay, we got a couple fish on the thing. I'm just gonna go forward a little bit and drag it right over the top of them. This is kind of like spooning. When you see the fish on the graph, you know, throw it out there. Oh, there's a little tap. There he is. There we go. Let's see, this one feels a little bit heavier. Yeah, like you could tell when they're real little. This one feels a little heavier. Just reeling them in real slow. Like I said, I just reel them in real slow. These rods are so nice and so light that I can just handle them with one hand. You know, I don't have some real big old, oh, here he comes. You can see him there. Oh, he ate my worm. It looks so pretty when you bring them up and you can see them right under the surface. So I'm just gonna keep him coming. Ooh, that's a nice one. Look at that one, guys. That's a pretty nice one. Right now, this is pretty heavy. That's about a 1 3/4 pounder, but beautiful fish, man, nice. So we'll let this ate my worm. Good thing I got a couple more there, a couple hundred. So we're just gonna let this guy go. Swim away, guy. Oh, he's going down. See, if you let them go pretty quick, they'll go back down. Let me grab another purple worm. They'll bite on other colors too. I just happen to be using purple there. I had some purple ones out I wanted to try. Normally they bite on Salt River craw. They bite on red crawler. So we'll just kind of hook this on there like this. I'm gonna bend my hook just a little bit. Make sure that thing's nice and straight. All right, there's 3 fish on the graph right there. So when that happens, I just slow way down, make sure that bait's on the bottom, because you know, it's bumping along. Sometimes you have to let a little bit more out as it goes back, because you can't just vertically, it's so light, the weight's so light, it's not like using a 1/2 ounce jig. Oh God, there's a bite right there. Once you find the fish, they'll bite on this thing, they like it. Coming up way behind there. Come on. Here he comes. Like they say in ocean. Oh, he's a nice one. Another nice one. Man, where were these fish a couple weeks ago when I was fishing? When they man, nice one. So I'm just gonna get him coming in and just right, there you go. Whew. There's the worm. Come on, guy. You can see, look at, all of them are hooked right in the very top, right on the very top. But just a nice, pretty fish. So fun to come out here when nobody's here and you got the whole lake to yourself, you know, and you can just catch fish. It's nice because the camera guy's operating the camera, Dave Jones, and I'm catching the fish. So Yeah, he gave you the single. Remember, just bite off the worm and just thread on it up, back on again. And you know, every day is different. I mean, if you catch them on red crawler in 1 week, try different colors. I keep a handful of all different colors, you know. So I'm just gonna let that go down, take a while. Find the fish again. Go back out to 23, 24, 25, 26 feet. There's one. Oh my gosh, look at this. He's bending the rod, but that doesn't mean it's a huge fish. It's a nice fish though. Man, look at that. Ooh. Oh my gosh, look at this. Ooh, that's a nice fish. Look at that one. Woo. Right in the very top of the lip again. Every one of them. Man. I'm still looking down to see if they have any crawdads or anything in them, but just beautiful fish. We'll just let him go. We just started getting the school on the graph. Oh, here's another nice one. We just found the fish and we were just talking about, let's get some footage of what it looks like on the graph. And it's another fatty. Ooh, boy, he is a fatty. Oh, look at that, hooked right in the top of the lip again, and the mouth. All right. Swim back down there, guy. Oh, they're just going off the graph now. That was 11 feet right there. My gosh. They're moving up because it's warmer. All right, we're just fishing off the end of this island right here. And man, we've hit a school, so I'm letting mine go way, 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 way down. There it goes, there it goes. Okay, hit bottom. Bounce it a couple times. There he is. Oh, he's coming right up. He's following the line up. I don't know how big he is, this one. But if he's coming up too fast, he's going to get the bends. Here he comes. Oh, he's not too bad. Boy, he thinks he wants to jump, but he's so cold. Yeah, I better get him back in. But oh my God, that's a nice bass. Look at that. Look, right hooked right there in the top. This J rig gets him right in the very top all the time. So we'll just let that guy go. Go back down. Tell all your friends. Oh, there's a bite. Oh my gosh. Boy, when you first hit them, they pull. 27 feet. Here he comes. Don't throw my worm out. There we go. Nice. He's kind of skinny. Come on. Right in the top of the mouth. Oh, not a real big one. Okay. Back to fishing. Good God. Oh my gosh. There goes my worm. Man, he about jerked the rod out of my hand. Holy mackerel. There he goes. Trying to get off. Boy, when you're in the tournament, they always get off. That's a nice fish. Look at that one. Nice and healthy fish. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to say goodbye because it's getting to be about 3:30, 3:15, 3:30. And we do appreciate you guys watching our videos and stuff. I hope you learned something about the J-Rig. I want to bring you some other things in the upcoming videos and shows that we have and try to teach you some of these things about our lakes. Wintertime fishing can be really, really tough, but Bartlett, I mean, today we probably caught 15, 18 fish. So, and got to get, you know, some on camera and stuff. So anyway, thanks again. And we appreciate you watching our videos.